If you're a company or simply someone with a coffee need, give us a call at 704-252-1886. And remember, if you want fresh, you must go local.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
I want to see the kind of industries that are opening up.
This is Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone, where your business matters. Local Biz Now.
You have to determine what is working, what isn't working.
Joe Vagnone is a respected business broker, helping individuals buy and sell businesses. Joe has successfully owned and operated many companies in a variety of industries. This is Local Biz Now, because your business matters.
You are listening to the #1 live talk business radio show in North Carolina. We're coming to you live from our Burner Cigar Studio, home of the finest premium cigars and cigar smokers in the world. Life is good at Burner Cigars. You can see them and buy some of the finest cigars in the world at Birkdale Village. It's in the same parking lot as Dick's Sporting Goods. Go on by there, tell them that Joe sent you, and your first cigar is on me. We hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you, because that's what we do here at News Talk WSIC. I am Joe Vagnone, and this is Local Biz Now. And if it's Friday afternoon, your business matters. And every month we have a new co-host. This month is no exception. By now you should know her name is Solonia. I got that, didn't I?
Yes, Joe.
Solonia Wade-Baskins, a.k.a. Solo. Solo is a co-owner of Progressive Business Finance, and we're welcome to have her here. Solo, how you doing today?
I'm good, Joe. You showing off today, huh?
Oh, Wilton loves you. You know, I told you that the co-hosts get used to things by the end of their month. You can see what's happening,
Yes,
right? You get it, right?
I'm getting it.
That's
I'm
right.
getting into the groove.
I can tell Wilton's warming up to you too
That's
a little
it.
bit. You know.
That is it. Yes.
So it's Julie. She said, "Good Monday. Good to see you."
Hi, Julie. Always love
Julie,
you.
Solo wants to know what you think about her earrings. I don't.
Listen.
You don't know this, but the best and most favorite thing about Julie is she loves earrings.
Really?
I mean, I taught her years ago, every time we sell something, she should buy herself something. Because see, when you're on commission, you don't feel the revenue the same way as you do a check on Friday.
Exactly.
And so I told her, I reminded her, the best way to incentivize yourself is make sure that you go buy yourself something for every deal we close, and then you kind of remember the effort, and there's value, and it stays with you.
Exactly.
For Julie,
It's earrings?
it's earrings.
Really?
So I am positive she gonna say something about those earrings.
Listen, I just keep getting great tips about Julie. Julie, now I know. That gift, that Christmas gift, earrings.
So tell everybody what Progressive Business and Finance is all about.
So Progressive Business and Finance is where we help business owners and investors just get money that they need to progress and grow, but we are the alternative, non-traditional way. So we use creative ways, creative ideas to help you grow your business. And when I say alternative, I mean outside of the banks. So the banks are traditional, credit unions are traditional. We are the non-traditional alternative way. So we use private lenders and investors.
So I said a couple of weeks ago, go see Solo when you hear no. And you're saying, well, yes, but how about if you come see me and I think I can help you and maybe avoid a no?
Absolutely. Listen, nobody wants to hear a no. It's discouraging. It feels like you're being knocked back. You don't want to hear a no. So in Progressive Business and Finance, we encourage our business owners because we have relationships with the banks. And so we know exactly what the banks want out of their business owners who come to them and their investors who come to them for loans. And so we help get them together. We get them together and we could present them in a nice big shiny red bow. Bring you to the bank and you're ready. You're ready to step into that traditional funding.
Okay, now I'll talk with you 3-4 weeks in a row, okay?
Absolutely.
Here's what I know. When you say we, you mean your husband. Go on. Just tell the truth.
I mean my adorable, handsome, wonderful husband, Sammy Baskins.
Sammy!
That's right. My other better half, who does all the work. Again, let me tell you, who does all the work.
I set you up for that.
You set me up
because
for
I
that.
want you to explain a little bit about what makes Sammy so exceptional. Because I know you were describing flippantly last week that he does the hard work, right?
He does the hard work.
But kind of describe that because the truth is, it really does take a lot of different skill sets to do what you're offering.
It takes a lot of different skill sets. So when I say he does all the hard work, I mean that he
He does all the hard work. I know exactly what Sammy does.
Okay, so I am the one who says, who comes to him and say, baby, we got to figure this out. And he has to go and research and dig and talk to lenders and build relationships and figure out how we're going to get this money. And I'm out on a radio show, smiling and laughing and enjoying being entertaining.
I can say, Sammy, congratulations. We got 2 new clients. One of them has no money, and the other one been turned sick down 6 times.
That's it.
See what you can do to take care of it.
And make it happen, because I promise. So you know, my reputation is on the line. Make it happen. So.
And Sammy says, "Okay, baby."
He says, "Okay, baby."
All right, we're gonna find a way.
Yes. And so while I'm asleep at night, he's up in the middle of the night, and I'm saying, "Where are you? What were you doing?" And he's like, "Well, I'm trying to work this out because you told." I was like, "You're absolutely right."
You committed to us, and now I got to find a way to do it.
That's it. So he is phenomenal.
And he actually is sourcing investors and holding companies and capital investment firms and whomever might consider your opportunity.
Whoever might consider the opportunities, all types of investors and private investors, and just coming together, and we're just trying to make it happen for the business owner, right? And we do this with pride. We do it. We enjoy doing it, and we do what's best for the business owner, right? And so even if we come up across a lender or an investor and we feel like it is not the right time for the business owner, or it's just not the right opportunity, right? We're not going to present it, because we don't want to put a business owner in more debt, right? We want to help them proceed and excel. We don't want to push them back. And so we pride ourselves on that.
So something I know a little bit about, and I was surprised to read in your website that you do it, which is factoring and accounts receivable. Talk a little bit about that, because people don't realize that's kind of a quick and easy way to get some cash flow through some challenging times.
Accounts receivable, especially when you have a lot of receivables that you're waiting to be paid for, it could really set a business owner back, especially if you're a small, medium-sized business owner. So we have lenders who will buy those receivables from the business owner, pay them up front for that, and so they can proceed to pay their bills or go to the next project or just get what they need.
And you know, it's so funny that there's a lot of small business people that don't realize it, but growth too fast without some kind of factoring or accounts receivable, it'll put you out of business.
It will put you out of business.
It's amazing that you could sell yourself out of business.
So many people have done, especially during COVID.
Right.
Right? So you have a situation that COVID that aggressively attacks the economy. What do you do? So we are here to help and just kind of help you grow through those times and grow at a moderate speed that is right for you.
Okay. We've only got about 35 seconds. Are you ready to do this exit? Are you ready for this now? Okay.
I am so ready.
You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. If it's Monday afternoon, we hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you, because that's what we do here at News Talk WSIC. And I'm here with Solonia Wade-Baskins. Sammy's on the side.
That's right.
If it's Monday afternoon.
And this is where your business matters.
Yeah. We'll see you in a minute.
There's more Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone on the way.
So when we come back, let's bring Matt on.
Local starts here.
And we'll just have a dialogue. Let's introduce him, because they got to know who he is before they care about his top 10
Absolutely.
things. You know what I mean? So we'll bring Matt on and we'll talk to him for about 10, 15 minutes. And then we'll go to a mid break, and then we'll come back with his top 10 things.
You guys see anything?
We're good.
That's your forecast from WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist.
So Julie likes earrings.
Say what?
I said Julie likes earrings.
Oh, that's her thing. That's her thing. She don't want to know. You can't buy her. I had a client that sold everything on Facebook for $5. My wife would be buying the heck out of stuff. Just
I sure would.
loved it. Look, buy a
That's me.
shirt, buy that.
That's me.
$5.
$5.
Even if I only wear it one time, it's great.
I'm going crazy.
I told Julie about it. Julie just flubbed her nose. I said, Julie, they got jewelry on there. I would never wear those. I said, what are you talking about? No, no. It got to be 18 karat or 20. It got to be the real thing or no. And it got to have names to it.
Really?
When it's designed, it got to have a name. Like, oh, this was made by such and such. This was. Oh, no.
Look at Julie.
She a snob when it comes to the earrings.
That is so
funny.
Yeah.
So now what I do
love
is,
it.
so now every year I buy like at Easter or Halloween or for Christmas, I buy like plastic, pumpkin earrings, make her wear
You're
them for a
always
day.
messing with Julie.
That's right. And she hated.
Yeah,
they blinking,
messing
the
with
blinking pumpkins, and she like, oh, you kidding me? I said, you got to wear it at least one time.
Julie, you always messing with Julie. That is so funny. That is absolutely funny.
All right. Any questions? We good? Matt, this is your opportunity to leave if you don't like where this show's headed. Because it don't get no better. This is it.
We're going to have some fun. That's all I can say.
Right?
Yep.
Yes.
I guess 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Did you lower the air conditioner for me? Yeah. You a good man.
Ooh.
He got to put a sweatshirt on because he knows
What's
I like
it?
to hold him. Wilton, a good man.
I'm about to say, look, your compliment.
Call now to speak with Joe Bagnone at 844-STUDIO4. It's Local Biz Now on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Yeah. You are listening to the #1 live talk business show in North Carolina, coming to you from Burner's Cigar Studio. Go buy Burner's Cigar and check them out. We hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you here at Local Biz Now. If it's Monday afternoon, say it.
Where your business matters.
Yeah. Okay. So every week we bring somebody new on, and today is no exception.
Absolutely.
I'm going to challenge you today with our guest. Just I'm prepping you in advance.
Okay. I'm ready.
He wrote a book. He's got the top 10 things, the mistakes you've been making telling your children's. We are going to talk about them.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
But before we pick on him about that, okay?
Let's go.
I told him we might disagree because the owner calls that good
And
radio.
let me add, do you have any children?
Not that I know of.
Oh, she's already
there you
set
go.
this up. She's already set this up. That being, can we introduce him before we pick on him?
There you go.
Can we do it? Okay. Matthew, you like to be called Matt, correct?
Matt, yeah.
Matt Rand. He's a business coach, professional developer, guru, and also a real estate investor, public speaker, and author. Matthew, thank you so much for being here, buddy. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You only getting that clapping because Solo's here. He don't want you to feel bad that you didn't get clapping when she gets clapping this family. So, you represent kind of a new thing that the Local Biz Now is doing, which is reaching out to people through LinkedIn, because we have not met each other, correct?
Correct.
So this is a new time. You and I are going to get to know each other through this show. So I appreciate you being here and taking the risk and taking the shots with me and Solo, Matt. Thank you so much. So give us just a little bit of your personal background.
Well, I've done a bunch of different things. I've been a teacher. I've been a personal trainer. I've practiced martial arts for many years. I've worked with celebrities. I worked at a comedy club. I've been all over the place. I spent 19 years in Southern California. Okay, first I grew up in New Hampshire, and then I spent 19 years in Southern California, and then during the pandemic, I moved over to Charlotte here, the Carolinas, because I wanted a place that was business friendly.
And so, what do you feel like is your biggest strength? What is it that you believe you are providing your clients?
I help them to reach their untapped potential. That's the biggest thing that I can do for someone. I can help them go from A to B. It's all within them. They do the work, but I help them get to where they want to go based on what they're capable of.
So I'm noticing here that you define yourself as a business coach and a personal development, quote, guru. Now, Solo, he didn't say personal development expert. He said guru. You understand?
Yes.
What's the difference between business coaching and personal development? Describe the difference between those.
Absolutely. And just to give you a clarity on the word guru, that just means teacher. I think we put people on a pedestal.
No.
Yes, it does.
We place that high above teacher. You understand? We would call that a master teacher. How's that?
I guess. Well, see, the thing in China, I spent 17 years studying with a grandmaster of Tai Chi. I went to China. I studied with him, and he just told me that the word master means teacher.
Right.
You know, so it's they all have a sense of humility about everything that they do. So the biggest difference between a business coach and personal development, I'm much more focused on personal development, helping people to grow into the person that they can be. If your business is struggling, chances are they're struggling personally. If they're or possibly that their relationships are struggling. So it's those three areas: their business, their relationships, and their personal relationship and communication with themselves. So I work on helping people to grow and develop. That's really my focus.
And so, how did that grow? Right, a modern day small business person, entrepreneur. I see they've got these 7 lives. They started off doing one thing, then they started doing something else. And so how that developed for you? Kind of walk me through, because you have to have some experiences, good and bad, to be able to say, "Hey, I can help you with this."
Oh, absolutely. And the biggest thing is that a lot of times people are afraid to talk about failures. And I think the average entrepreneur has failed at least 7 businesses before they actually have one that really takes off. So I've been through quite a few.
I'm
different
above
things.
average on that, just so
So am I. I would probably say I've had at least a dozen that have failed. And, I have a few that have taken off.
Sure.
So, basically I when I was in my late 20s, I decided to give up my sales career and move across the country from New Hampshire to Southern California. I was studying with a grandmaster of Tai Chi. I was basically doing whatever I could to survive at that point. I was working as a bouncer in a bar. I worked at a comedy club, a few different places like that. I did a few different things, but I eventually started teaching full time, and I had a great time doing that. So that was like one iteration of my career. I probably taught several hundred students to practice Tai Chi, and I love doing that. It's still a great part of my life. Yep. And when the pandemic came around, it was less conducive to that, and
Right.
A lot of people didn't want to do that, and a lot of things got shut down when I was in California. So I wanted to leave that climate and kind of come over this way. I got interested in real estate investing. That was a big one. One of the things, as I was doing my martial arts and working at the comedy club, I ended up having a severe injury, or it was a severe hernia, and it just made it very difficult for me to work physically. And as I did that, as I was going through recovery from that, I had to figure out a different way to start earning money. Like, what did I need to do differently? So I started looking at real estate. I started looking at all my friends who were really successful in real estate, or they were in real estate, they owned real estate. They didn't necessarily do real estate. They might have had a business, they might have had a job, but they all owned rental real estate. And to me, that was one of the things that kind of clued me in on why I wanted to start going in that direction.
It's funny. One of the things you talk about is our failures, and I tell people this because I advise people on business side, not on personal. I don't think you should take my advice on personal or anything. But anyway, but on a business side, and I tell people, listen, I'm going to give you advice, and I think it is very valuable, but I promise you this. Any advice you get from somebody that if they say no, don't do it, you got a 70% chance of being correct, because only about 30% of the deals are actually going to succeed and meet your expectations, right? And so you really have to be comfortable being uncomfortable as you find yourself working through these different businesses until one of them fits. I mean, my experience is you sort of find yourself merging two businesses, in fact, that didn't live up to your expectation. And then you wake up one day and realize, hey, I've actually got something here that might work. And I'm curious, do you see that happening with your clients as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, you said a really key point there. And one of my favorite speakers is a woman named Brene Brown. And she said, we don't do discomfort in this society, right? And here's the thing, you got to be willing to get uncomfortable. And that's the thing that you brought up. So you need to go through some things that don't necessarily work and then kind of figure out what does and kind of circle back around, right? And it's okay. It's okay to, have a mistake or have a failure. You know, my business coach told me that the only way to fail was to quit. And if you don't give up, then you just live to fight another day. It's okay to make money. It's okay to lose money, and just don't quit.
Because failure leads you to other opportunities that you never
thought
existed. It leads you to those things to say, oh, wow, hold up. I got something here. I might have failed here, but I got a key thing out of that failure that I could proceed with. And failure is so good. Failure is a great thing.
It is. And, failing forward. We want to fail forward, and we want to fail often. And people say, failure is not an option. It's a necessity. You have to, if you want to really be successful, you have to fail many, many, many times. What did Yoda say? The master has failed more times than the beginner has even ever tried.
That's it.
Right?
Failure, right?
Failure. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
So if somebody wanted to reach you, how could they reach you, Matt?
Okay. Well, one of the easiest ways is my LinkedIn page. And I could give my phone number if you want that.
Sure, give it out.
It is 980-220-6961.
So we've only got about a minute or so. But you wrote a book.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that book in a second. Okay. What made you want to write it?
I love to read, and I feel like I have something to say. And it had been a desire of mine for quite a while, and I had to have a few people push me to get it done. I had a few people kicking my butt to get it done, but I'm so grateful that I did. I definitely wanted to share some things that I think are not being taught in our schools.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to break. We come back. You wrote a book on 10 lies we tell our children. We're going to go over there. And I got an expert finance woman in the room. So we're going to challenge you. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Are you ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
Oh, it's on.
It's on.
It's on. You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone, and I am here with Progressive Business and Finance co-owner, Business and Commercial Financing. We build the future. Best ideas, best solutions, best results, because they got so low.
That's right. The best.
The best.
There you go.
I'm here with Matthew Wren. He is a business coach, personal development guru. And when we come back, we're going to talk about his book, 10 Lies We've Been Telling Our Children. If it's Monday afternoon, say it, say it, say it.
Where your business matters.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Keep it right here. Local Biz Now.
All right.
Will return after this short break on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Julie's got your phone number. She put it on Facebook for everybody to see.
Great, thank you.
So you might have some bachelorettes calling you.
Awesome. I've been divorced for a little while now, so I'm ready to get back out and start dating again. So, with that.
Wilton, you the finest man known to Cornelius. I mean the whole Cornelius. I don't mean half of Cornelius. I mean all the Cornelius.
Well, just shake his head. He just.
Wilton go to bed on Sunday evening and say, "Oh, it's Monday tomorrow." Oh no. Oh, it's Monday. I got to see Joe.
No, he don't. He enjoy you. Right, Wilton? See? There you go. Make him laugh. Freeze him to death. That's why. He frees you, right? Oh. So Matt, how was where did you go?
Idaho.
Idaho.
It was awesome. Hung out with Bob and Woody.
Mm-hmm. I've
And
never
Kendall.
been.
And Kendall was there too, and Richard.
Nice.
We had a good time. Yeah, we had some great training. I had a few things, a few nuggets of wisdom. 92% of people who set goals never reach them. 95% of people who join a mastermind reach their goals.
Ooh.
That was came from Woody.
So was that your first time there in Idaho?
It was not. No, I've been to Bob's house before. He had another event there a couple summers ago.
Okay.
I mean, it was amazing. He has a movie theater in the basement. Got a shooting range in the basement. It sleeps 45 people. It's amazing.
Nice.
Amazing place.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've never been to Idaho.
Well, it's like 5 miles into Idaho. It's like right on the Utah border. And it's
okay.
Bear Lake is in the
They ain't gonna let you within 30 miles out of there with those earrings.
I know. Right? They'll kick me right on out. They'll be like, no, she not from here. She got to go.
Now you a potato at the end.
I know. They'll be like, she got to go.
Queen, that might work.
They'll say, she got to go. She is not supposed to be in no Idaho. She cannot
Sammy
enter.
welcome, but
Yeah.
But the woman with the earring, that ain't, no.
So goes, no, absolutely not. You have to go with those earrings.
Windshield wipers on new Cybertrucks. They just don't work. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Now more Local Biz Now with Joe Bagnone on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
#1 live business show in North Carolina. I am Joe Vagnone. Let me give you a couple of facts. We've been going strong for over 10 years, actually over 11 years now. We have well over 850 small business owners and community leaders we have interviewed. We have well over 600 videos on our brand new YouTube channel. Please go to Joe Vagnone Business Broker on YouTube. Again, Joe Vagnone Business Broker on YouTube, and subscribe to that. I have been told we now officially have 122 subscribers. So we started with 0.
Listen.
So I'm feeling good with 122.
Listen, progress.
I mean, I know the Kardashians got 122 million. I got 122. Okay. So please help me get to 125.
That's right. Subscribe, everyone.
That's right. Subscribe, please. And we also are live on the book, live on the tube, live on the X, live on some kind of podcasting that's going on. Wilton's got it out there someplace. So you can see this show either now live or live on the radio, or if you want to, just go to wherever your social media is, and you can look for WSIC. Local Biz Now, and you can pull that up as well. I am here with the co-owner of Progressive Business Finance. I call her Solo.
Solo.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm here with Matt Rand, and Matt is a business coach, personal development guru, and also a public speaker. He wrote a book on the 10 lies we tell our children. We're not going to make you defend them. Are you ready for that?
Let's rock and roll.
Okay. Before we do that, fire it up, Wilton.
Savoring the Flames takes a whole new meaning at Burner Cigar. This is Josh Johnson, and after a long day, there's nothing quite like the relaxing ritual of lighting up a premium cigar. Join me in discovering the true art of relaxation with every draw.
And if you are live on the book or the tube, you can see that I'm holding up a sign that says, this cigar is on Joe. That's because if you go by Burner Cigars, they now have 2 locations. They opened up a second location in Denver. They have their first location had been open well over, I want to say 12 years or so in Birkdale. Go by there. Premium cigars. They are exceptional. Solo, you...
Don't start, Joe.
No,
I know.
You answered the question. I asked you, does your man like to smoke cigars? Last week, you went like this, up, up, up. No. I suspected that's not really the right answer. So let me ask a question. If I were to give the man a few cigars, do you think he would enjoy them and smoke them?
Now, would he enjoy it or would I enjoy it?
I didn't ask about you.
You asking about him?
I'm asking about him.
He would enjoy it.
There
Joe.
you go.
There you go.
So today, Sammy, I'm going to leave you 2 cigars. Make sure you get them. They're going to be delicious, tasty, some Rocky Patels and some Abos. They are exceptional smooth cigars, and I'm going to leave those for Sammy. Sammy, tell me if you don't get them. Tell me if you don't get them, Sammy. Sammy, these cigars are on me. Thank you very much. And please go buy Burner Cigars. We really do appreciate them being our sponsor as well. Okay, are you ready for this challenge?
I'm ready. Let's go.
So, Matt, you wrote a book, 10 Lies We Tell Our Children. I went to the Google, and I Googled it, and I'm ready to talk about them. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay. Number 1. Money is more valuable than time. Talk about that.
Isn't that what we're taught in school? Chase after money. What are we taught? What does the world tell us to do? Go chase money, right? But it's not true that money's more valuable than time.
I don't agree with that. I
agree.
Matter of fact, most small business people, they're small business owners not because they want more money, because they want more of their time.
More of their time, exactly.
More freedom. Yes.
More freedom. More control over what they get to do with their lives.
We're not going to fight on that one.
Awesome.
Okay, good. Next one. Debt is bad. Now, this is an interesting one. Let's talk about it.
Okay. The truth is, debt is neutral.
Neutral.
It's neutral. It's a tool. It could be good. It could be bad. It really just depends. There's good debt and bad debt. There's people who are smart with debt. There are people who are not, right? It's just a tool. But a lot of times we are told or conditioned to believe that it's bad.
Yeah. For me, one of the things I've learned over the years is that if I had to define debt, I want to make sure, and I'm talking to my son about this, either it buys you time, and you want to ask yourself, what's the cost for that time, right? Because remember, your first statement was money and time, right?
Yep.
And for example, I don't care if you borrow money for a car, even though the car depreciates in value, it does buy you time so that you can drive a better, safer car. Because if you had to wait to afford that car that is safer, right? In fact, it may take too long. So that time doesn't cost that much. Yeah. The key is, after you finish paying for the car, keep it longer so that you actually get value. Absolutely. So that's the first thing in the debt. But the second thing is, I'm interested to know what Solar thinks about this. If the asset you're buying doesn't increase in value, I'm having a really hard time saying take on that debt. I hate credit card debt unless you're doing something that creates some kind of value asset.
And I know that I just don't like that a lot of people don't distinguish, and you should distinguish with your children, the difference between personal and business debt. Because it's a big difference, right? Business debt, if it creates more opportunities and more cash flow, it could be a great thing, right?
Absolutely.
If you handle it properly.
Yep.
Personal, like Joe said, I mean, listen, it depreciates. So, like you said, it depreciates as soon as you drive it off the lot or you're getting that. Now, if you get a van and then you say, well, I'm going to have a carry service and I'm going to start picking people up from the supermarket and helping them deliver their groceries home. If you're making money with that van and it's paying for your debt, that's a great business opportunity.
The next one, Sammy wishes he could answer this right here. Here come right here. Are you ready for this one?
Yes.
Let me. Okay. So, because you're gonna have to help me with this.
All
okay.
right.
So what you're saying is, all interest is created equal. Now that's the lie here. So walk me through what you mean by that.
Okay. What I mean by is that, and I'm gonna probably irritate some of the people who are
Sammy's listening right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna just say that a mortgage is the most expensive way to borrow money.
Yeah.
It's the most expensive because it's compounded, front end loaded, and amortized. And basically, all of that interest is paid up front. They take 30 years of interest and stick it on the front end of the loan, and people can make payments. They make their first 5 years of payments, and they haven't even made a dent. They haven't even created any equity or anything like that in there. So there's a difference. You could use money on a credit card to actually jump your loan, and I'm not going to get into how to do that, but there are a lot of people that will teach how to use a credit card to pay off a loan.
Now, in simple people terms, are you saying that a credit card, you're only charged interest on what you spend?
That's
right?
correct.
On a mortgage, like a house, you're charged day-to-day interest on the complete and full amount of the mortgage.
Right.
And that's why it's so much more.
That's right.
In simple people terms, so we can understand what you're trying to say.
Absolutely. Look at that first mortgage payment, and it would probably be somewhere between 80 to 85% interest.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you're not really paying off your debt.
Because it's day to day, and they're charging you day to day.
Yep.
Versus a credit card, it's monthly, and they're charging you on what you have actually spent.
What you actually spent, exactly. And again, all of these things are just tools. A mortgage is a tool. A credit card is a tool. Interest is a tool. We would like you to learn to use interest as a tool and not a crutch. A lot of people don't know the difference there.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Next one. Saving money is important, and it means cutting back on the things you enjoy. What's your thought on that?
Okay. So I'm not saying don't save money, and I'm not saying don't cut things back.
But it sounds like that you're questioning that.
Yes.
I am questioning that. Do you know what your largest expense in life is? More than food, clothing, entertainment, and shelter combined, it's your taxes.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you want to save money, start cutting your taxes.
Okay.
Legally, morally, and ethically, don't do anything against the law.
No,
and I'm not giving you advice.
Because you go to the penitentiary. You're not telling somebody to go to penitentiary, are you?
Exactly. I am not telling anybody to do anything that's going to get them in jail.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell them that if you were to start a small business, the number one tax saving strategy in this country is to start a small business.
Exactly.
Do you know what the number 2 strategy is? It's to go ahead and invest in real estate.
It is.
Those 2 things will unlock your tax code. They'll drop your taxes. I've helped people save thousands of dollars, and I am not in any type of a CPA attorney. I don't have any financial advisor licenses or anything like that. I'm a business coach and a real estate investor. But I've seen people save tens of thousands of dollars in taxes. That's the number one
thing.
Now,
can I say one of the worst ways that we all fall into of saving money is through the banks. The banks is the worst way to save money because you get the least interest. If you want to save money, you could do stuff like IULs, or you can do things that help you get a compound interest. But banks, you don't really gain a real big interest on saving money with the banks.
Yeah, it's good to be liquid. It's not that you don't have things available. You don't have, emergency fund or anything like that. It's just just be.
When we get back, I'm going to have to ask Solo, what's an IUL? What's that?
Index Universal Life Insurance.
Ooh, when we get back, she going to teach me something.
There you go.
Say it.
Where your business matters.
Return to more of Local Biz Now with your host, Joe Bagnone.
Wilson, she just made that under the clock, didn't she? She learning how to read the numbers now.
I'm learning to read. I'm learning, Wilson, like, boom, I see it.
Okay. All right, we're on number 5. We're going to come back. You're going to teach me something before we come back.
That's right.
Okay.
High temperatures in the upper 80s.
You got to read your own number 5.
I ain't not gonna read my book. I'm like,
Well, I mean,
read my
listen,
own book here.
my son has saved about $30,000.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
you're gonna give him some advice on what he should do with that.
That's
Because
right.
I told him go buy one of them CDs.
Oh, that's the worst.
That's bad.
Yes.
Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Yes.
You gonna teach me something.
There you go. I'm telling you.
You don't mind if I ask Sammy first, do you?
I know. 'Cause she's gonna be like, why you done got
You
it
don't
to
mind
sign up.
if I qualify this first through Sammy, do you?
Absolutely.
Julie says, "Stop that. Solo's good."
That's right. That's right, Julie. He gonna get me in trouble. See me go. Didn't I tell you? I'm like, no, I don't know what you said.
Okay.
There
All
you
right.
go.
That's good. You guys laugh a lot. That's really awesome. That's so important.
Laughing is good for the soul.
It
Right?
is good for the soul. It's good for the body. It's good for the health. It's good for everything.
I know a laughter yoga instructor. Like,
I
she
have
makes you
learned
laugh.
how to do that. That was
Really?
one thing I was trained.
To be like a laughter yoga
I know
instructor.
how to run laughter exercise. I can run. I could sit there for 20 minutes and we could just do laughter.
Really?
No reason at all.
And just laugh.
Yeah.
She
Did you
does
have you ever
that.
been to one of those classes or one of those? Groups?
No, I did one with her. She was like at a conference. It was very.
I learned how to lead that and I learned how to teach it. I went through a whole certification and everything, and because I failed at comedy.
So you really tried to do comedy?
Well, I did probably about a dozen open mics, but I just didn't. I didn't have the desire to try to win people over by just, I don't know, standing in a club. So.
Yeah.
I got this, Wilton. I know I got 14 seconds left and then a 10-second intro. I got it, Wilton. It's only taken him 13 months to teach me that.
Wilson said.
Now back to Local Biz Now with your host, Joe Bagno on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Yeah. You are listening to Local Biz Now. It is the #1 talk business show in North Carolina, and we appreciate you listening. We are talking with a dude who wrote a book on 10 lies we tell our children. Matt Rand. Matt, let me tell you something. We're on number 5, but we're going to pause because Solo says she can teach me something about what to do with my boys' savings.
Absolutely.
I was going to recommend to him that he put it in one of them, not the money market, but the CDs. CD. And you gave me that look like you crazy. You gave me that look like I don't know what I'm talking
that
about.
You're crazy because
it's okay. You can say
I
Wilton
have
is
made-
behind you
yes.
nodding that. Right.
because I have invested in CDs as well because that's what we were taught, right?
That's right. That's all I knew.
Go to the bank and get the CDs. But now we are learning about compound interest and infinity banking and all these things where your money can work 10 times as fast for you and aggressively grow. Instead of 5% interest, you could get 12% interest. And it's called...
How am I going to get 12%?
Listen, Index Universal Life Insurance. If you have never heard of it, look it up. It is a life insurance, but it is when you can have living benefits. So the money that you put into a life insurance, you can use this money while you're alive.
Say that one more time for everybody out there. It's just like me that don't know what you talking about and think you trying to put them in a Ponzi scheme.
No. And I would love to talk to everybody about it, just to educate people. It's called the IUL, Index Universal Life Insurance. And it is a life insurance, but the great thing about it is that you have living benefits. And it grows exponentially. So it is growing on compound interest, which means that your money is growing. So if
I can get the benefit of what Matt was saying the banks were using against me for the house for me.
For you. And you can use that, take it out and use it to start a new business. You could use it to buy a new car. You could use it for a down payment for a home. It is your benefit.
You can be your own bank.
You can
create your own bank with it.
A lot of people are their own banks using IULs.
Okay, Matt, she ain't crazy.
Nope.
I'm not crazy.
Nope, she's legit.
I'm
She's
legit.
legit. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay.
A lot of people just don't know about it.
No,
right?
I've never heard of such a thing.
Never heard of it.
Okay, we got something there.
Yes.
One more time. What's the name of that insurance?
It's called Index Universal Life Insurance, or IUL is the abbreviation for
And
it.
they can get to you, and you can help them with that.
Absolutely.
I'm going to send my boy to you.
Send them to me. I'd
Okay.
love to talk to them.
Okay. Number 5. Now we're back on the lies that the children tell us, because we were just taking care of a lie that somebody told me. So now we're back on this.
All right.
You can save your way to retirement. Matt, you saying it ain't going to happen?
It does not work for people. I think how many people could save enough money for retirement? I think the average amount of money that the average 65-year-old has saved is somewhere around $35,000. And that's not going to even get them through a year of. So saving money doesn't work. And it's not don't save. It's just you got to learn how to invest. You got to learn how to grow that compound interest like she was just saying, right?
Yes.
You got to learn how to do something that would create cash flow.
You do not want to outlive your money. That's the most fearful thing that you can do.
But to Matt's point, he's correct. My wife has worked her entire life and put in the whole 401k and done the whole thing. And I'm telling you, and she saved a substantial sum, but it is not enough to keep us in the life.
Nope.
It just won't work. You make a great point there.
No, it won't. And unfortunately, we had a family member that spent all the money in their retirement account, and then fortunately, they took their own life at that point because they did not want to live without any money. They felt it was very, very sad. So
I mean,
just saying,
I can teach them how to do that. Live with no.
Yeah.
I did it half my life. I can teach them how.
Oh yeah, and please don't get sick, right, and get ill. Because all your money is dispersed just like that.
Right.
So absolutely.
Okay, next one.
Next one.
Number 6. Employment provides security. Oh, this one. You have to my own heart with this one. You are so right about this.
Right. Well, hey, I mean, if this is the thinking of like the 1950s, right? There was loyalty,
right?
And I believe in loyalty personally, and really, having that connection. I know people who love who they work for, and they love that, and their employer loves them. There's still some of that there, but it's not what's out there for most people, and so that just doesn't work. And so you need to create your own security.
Are you going to give me that book that you're looking at right there?
Absolutely.
I would like for you to sign that for my son, because I want to make sure my son gets this.
All right. Sounds good.
So let me tell you, I've been telling some of my best friends have exceptional jobs, national sales managers for Fortune 100 companies, right? Mm-hmm. And every 7 or 8 years, they have to go find another job.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wilton, sooner or later, ain't going to be working here.
You're putting all your eggs in one basket, and that basket is the job basket.
That's correct.
There's no diversification of your income.
The security is us working on businesses.
Exactly.
So as long as you're helping us succeed, you can keep your job. But the security isn't the job.
The job.
It's the effort inside the job that creates security.
Correct.
Okay. Good. Number 7. Public education prepares you for success. You got me again on that one, buddy.
So I was raised by a school teacher. Right. And this was kind of I said, Dad, I hope you don't hate me for this.
I was going to say, Dad's probably rolling in his grave right now.
He's alive. He has
He's
a funny picture.
rolling.
He has a funny picture of him reading the book. So, he had a funny look on his face as he was reading it. But anyway, so public education. Okay. The truly successful, most wealthy people are all self-educated.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like Elon Musk, he took it on himself to read 2 books a week. He started that when he was like in high school.
I want people to hear you have to continue to educate yourself all through life.
Yes.
And the real way to earn money and a better life isn't in school. I don't have a problem with learning how to learn. And that's what school teaches you.
Right.
And that's important. But it is people and mentors that have taught me.
Yes.
Solo just handed me a piece of information I'm never going to get in school that I'm going to hand to my son, right? Yep. That really is exactly what you're saying here.
Absolutely. You have to continue to pursue education long after you're done with public school if you want to really be successful, in my opinion. You look at the most...
I agree, yes.
Yeah. Yep.
It doesn't teach you.
Good.
Yeah.
He hitting on this, ain't he?
He's hitting.
Okay. Number 8. You want to receive a refund when you file taxes. That's another lie. No, you don't like refunds.
Well, no, it's not that I don't like refunds. I just don't like loaning the government money at 0% interest. right?
Absolutely.
So have you ever loaned money to a bank? Have you ever loaned money to the government? Have you ever loaned, if I'm gonna loan you money, what do I want from you in return if I'm gonna loan money? Interest, right? And if I'm gonna let the government have my money for, another year, then, I want
That makes
to,
sense.
And that's the, yep.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Number 9, assets are good and liabilities are bad. That's kind of the same thing as the debt one.
Well, here's the thing. We need both of them. Like a car is a liability, but we need to be able to get around, right?
Creates opportunity.
It creates opportunity. The pure financial definition of an asset is something that puts money in your pocket, and a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. But you need several things in your life that take money out of your pocket. Things like, you need a nice place to live. You need a comfortable bed. You need certain things that will help you to function and succeed in life. But there's good liabilities and bad liabilities. And what you want is your assets to outweigh your liabilities. You want your assets to be greater than your liabilities. You want
to be able to pay for it.
To be able to pay for it, right? The real definition of freedom is if you have your assets paying for your liabilities, and you can have that. If you need to go to work and pay your liabilities,
And I think that's why you and I understand real estate works, because not only can it create some kind of income, it's never been a strong income producer for me, but it always created a lot of equity and wealth through the appreciation. Obviously, if you're sitting in North Carolina, you don't have to be brilliant to invest in real estate and to do well for you.
Right.
So that asset works in two ways. You can rent it and create some income, but it also, the equity that it's creating is substantial, even though there's liabilities attached to it.
Yeah, I mean, everything is assets and liabilities. You have a rental property that's an asset, it's paying you money and everything like that, but you have a liability, which is a mortgage where you're paying money to the bank. It all exists together, or it's not one or the other. It's just, but we need to have the asset, have more focus on the asset. And then also there's productive liabilities, like my gym membership costs me money every month, but I would consider that to be a productive liability because I'm investing
and
myself.
my gym membership would be a bad liability because I don't use it. Is that what we're talking about here? Okay. Number 10. You have no choice when it comes to being wealthy or middle class or poor. What do you mean by that?
You get to decide. You get to decide who you listen to. And you actually get to determine your life. I believe if you have a strong enough desire, you can make anything happen.
Let me tell you the problem with this statement. The problem with this statement is I have to know Solo and have the moment in which she's willing to teach me what she just taught me, or I cannot move to the next level. You see what I'm saying? In other words, you're assuming I'm going to meet you, right? So that you will teach me I can move out of middle class and upper or poor and move to middle, right? I had a mentor that taught me the real estate business, or I didn't know it. I had somebody that taught me this is how you move up in the real estate business, restaurant business. And so this does require contact, connections, and networking, does it not?
It does. And you need to work it. You get to choose who you listen to. And you get to really choose whose advice you listen to. That's the biggest thing.
Right.
There's certain, advice that will tell you to cut up your credit cards, and then there's other advice that will tell you to freeze your credit cards.
Yeah.
And then there's other advice that will tell you to, like, one of my friends, I got him $80,000 in credit cards at 0% interest, and then he went and bought a 4-unit apartment building with it.
I was going to say, I have bought many things with credit cards. We got to go. Please, I want you to sign that book to my son, CJ. It is fantastic,
Absolutely.
Matt. And I'd love to get you back so we can get into more detail.
Sounds good. I would love it.
Thank you so much. Solo, do it. If it's Monday afternoon,
where your business matters.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Serving you better than ever before.